The girl gave her most cherished dancing shoes to the crazy beggar. The very next second, her stepsister, who was competing in the dance contest, suddenly lost control. She actually started dancing wildly just like the mad beggar. Seeing this, the audience immediately began to whisper among themselves. Little did they know that all of this was entirely the stepsister's own fault. It turned out that the girl had been reborn in her previous life. Every time she participated in a dance competition, her stepsister always managed to perform the dance she had carefully prepared before the contest. When the girl competed with her original choreography, the stepsister reported her for plagiarism. This led to the girl being branded a plagiarist, and she was boycotted by the audience. Her stepmother even took advantage of the chaos to break her legs. A once promising dance prodigy was thus reduced to a disabled person banned from competitions. But the stepsister still refused to let her go. She deliberately pushed her down the stairs and killed her. Unexpectedly, the very next second, the girl was reborn and sent back to a few days before the national dance competition. At this moment, her stepsister was pretending to be kind, bringing her tea and water. Her stepmother also put on the act of a loving mother, saying that she wanted to personally coach the girl in her dance practice. The girl suspected that the reason her choreography had been plagiarized repeatedly in her previous life might have been that her stepmother had used the excuse of coaching her to secretly steal her dances and teach them to the stepsister. So she knocked over the water the stepsister had brought her in one swift motion. Then she deliberately mocked her stepmother, saying that a runner-up from the previous dance competition was not qualified to coach the daughter of a champion. Upon hearing this, the stepmother flew into a rage instantly. She immediately demanded to know what the girl meant by that. But just then, their father arrived and stopped the quarrel. He then asked his daughter with concern how her preparations were going. The girl recalled that in her previous life, when everyone else had called her a plagiarist and insulted her father had been the only one who had stood firmly by her side. For this reason, she resolved that in this life, she would trust no one but him. So she told her father right away that she wanted to change her dance routine before the competition, and she also requested to practice in a different dance studio. When the stepsister heard this, she panicked immediately and told her not to make the switch. But the girl challenged her, asking what her changing the dance had to do with her, and whether she was planning to plagiarize her choreography again. The stepsister was left tongue-tied at once, but their father also looked confused and said that changing the dance routine right before the competition was not a good idea. The girl insisted that she had inherited her late mother's dancing talent, and that changing the routine at the last minute would definitely not be a problem. Seeing how confident she was, her father agreed to her request. He even personally arranged for a private dance studio for her practice. The girl soon choreographed a brand new dance, but before the competition, when she passed by her old dance studio, she was shocked to find that her stepsister was actually performing the new dance she had just created. Yet the girl thought it was just a coincidence. After all, the stepsister's moves were only similar to hers in a few parts, so she hurried back to her own dance studio and revised those similar sections. Just then, her father came to see her. He gave her a pair of dancing shoes, saying that they had been her mother's favorite during her lifetime. He wished her that, with the shoes on, she would win the championship just like her mother had done. Overjoyed by her father's words, the girl put on the shoes right away and started practicing. She believed that with the support of her parents, she would surely win the championship in this competition. But on the day of the competition, she was stunned to discover that her stepsister was wearing the exact same costume as hers. The girl refused to believe that the stepsister had stolen her entire dance routine. Instead, the stepsister accused her of copying her dance moves. As she spoke, she insisted on showing off her own choreography. After watching her performance, the girl was completely dumbfounded, because every single move and detail of the stepsister's dance was identical to hers.